Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It's Sunday, June 11th. I'm going to do a yesterday, today, and tomorrow reading. And I think today I'm going to read on Elon Musk. I had done some research on some topics for throws today, and Elon popped up a couple of times in those readings. One with Don Lemon, and the other with regards to Kimberly Guilfoyle and Donald Trump Jr. So, I want to do a reading on Elon. The way this reading works is I throw cards on it and we look at the challenges Elon faced in the past, the challenges he's currently facing, and the challenges he will be facing in the future. And over it all, we will have kind of like the spiritual lesson that he is to be learning from these challenges he faced in the past, the present, and coming up in the future. These won't be the only challenges he faces in this world, in this lifetime, but it's going to focus on a specific set of challenges and just shows how they're all linked together. So I hope you find it insightful, and without further ado, let's throw the cards down for entertainment purposes only. I busted out a new Dias de las Muertes map. Okay, so the ultimate signifier that we've got going on here is the Chariot. So this is going to be about progress and things moving on. In the past, let's see. I will try and face these in such a way that you all can see them. Okay. How am I centered on there? Okay, that's pretty good. And then current situation. So many young cards here. Future situation. These cards can sometimes come out upside down because this deck is really slippery. God, he's got a lot of young cards in here. How interesting. I don't think he's a very old soul. And then the lesson to be learned from all of this. Everything showing up on the screen there. It looks like it. So it's about the Chariot, about moving forward and planning. So this is the underarching energy. So this whole thing is about Elon and the choices that he makes and the consequences they have as he goes down his life path. And is he planning things ahead, or is he just going off of what comes off the cuff, kind of like how Donald Trump does things? So we have the Chariot as our signifying card. This is it's major arcana. It's about progressing and moving forward. Now, if you've planned things ahead, you're moving forward in a very determined, defined fashion. If you haven't planned things ahead, then it's, you're wildly careening around and you're out of control. So in the past, we've got the Eight of Swords, the feeling like the victimization, like you're tied to something. And I think what this is that I think Elon was feeling constrained with like Tesla or his businesses in the past. He was known as a success through PayPal, and then he went to Tesla and he was a visionary, but he wanted to do more with it than just be known as the Tesla guy. So he felt like he was trapped at Tesla and he wanted to move forward from that. Now, with Tesla, he developed an incredible fan base, who the Tesla fanboys, as the internet would refer to them. And they fight for him tooth and nail. They defend him over everything. And you'll know the Tesla fanboys. I might even get some on here, because if this were a critical reading on Elon, they're going to be rushing to his defense. He had a lot of victory with his previous things. On a low energy, this is the look at me card. And if you tie these two together, this could just be that Elon's ego liked the victories, but people weren't paying enough attention to him, so he wanted to branch out to do more. This is also Elon the troll. He goes on to like Twitter and he would just stir the pot. And he loved stirring the pot. And I think when he was with Tesla, he felt like he couldn't stir the pot because he had to worry about Tesla's stock price. And he loved being the center of attention. He loved stirring shit up. And he was good at it. He had his defenders that would come to defend him. So it just, in the past, it made him feel really, really powerful with what's going on, with what was going on in his life. But now we're going to progress forward to his current situation. And now we've got the Page of Cups. And this is Elon kind of moving out of his lane and doing new stuff. But he's no longer coming across as the genius that he was before. Now he's coming across as, you're kind of weird, man. You got some weird ideas out there. That's not to say there isn't genius behind him, but it's just, I think people are looking at him in a different light than they looked at him before. He is definitely trying to reach out. We got a young person. Even on the next one over here, we have a young person. So he's, in some ways, there's this immaturity about him. He's like a spoiled kid who had some success, and now he thinks anything he does, any message he comes across is a great idea and is going to turn to gold. But what he's not realizing is that just because he had success in the past doesn't mean he knows what he's doing with the Page of Swords here. He's kind of a rookie, especially Twitter is showing how much he doesn't understand certain things. Even though he acts like he knows what he's doing, and he's like, I'm going to take Twitter and I'm going to do this, that, and the other thing. His execution has sucked. Let's be blunt. His execution there has sucked. How many people has Twitter lost? Like 80% of their work staff. And now he's got to go forward with this he's going forward with his message, and he had an idea and now he's going forward with that new message, but he's not really good at what he's doing. So his chariot is either slowing down or it's a little bit out of control. It's whatever life path he was supposed to be doing, he's not really moving it forward. This is like a distraction. And he might lose a bunch of money to pull him back to that chariot. And again, we have 2 money cards here. What has he got going on in the future? This is interesting. It's going to be tough times for Elon in the future. Why is that? Because he went forward. He had this great idea with Twitter, and he's going to go forward with it, but it's going to cost him a bunch of money. He went forward with his ideas, and it's cost, in some ways, it cost him the comfortable lifestyle that he had. I believe he's also, got a bunch of women. He's got like a bunch of kids from a bunch of different women pregnant. So part of this problem is going to be the alimony and child support that he's going to be paying for a while. But also it's his ideas. He is expecting to really be the star of the show. And, sometimes when you're the face of everything, it's a huge burden. I think Elon is going to, I think, again, he's going to be out some money. But I think despite the burdens that he has, he's going to keep going forward with his new ideas. I think some of his ideas are going to pan out. He's going to find that success again, and he's going to find that comfortable living he had before, but he's going to have to work his butt off now to get it. He had it easier before, but now it's going to be difficult because he's torpedoed himself because of the weird stuff he was doing in the past. All right. What's the overarching energy with this? We have the Ace of Swords as the signifier. What's the spiritual lesson? The spiritual lesson is to go forward with truth. Cut through the BS and go forward trying to create that new reality, that new world. And certainly he's got the ability to tell you what he thinks, and he thinks his ideas are winners. And he had a really good way of going forward in reaching out to people and making that connection with his good ideas, what he thought was justice, what he thought was the right way to do things. He did that. He needs to work hard, and if he works hard and stays on point with his message, he will make his monies. He will be well off. And you've got the Wheel of Fortune. It's a karmic thing. The things that he touches, as long as he's righteous, will work out. He will reach out to people. He will be successful. So let's look in the past again. So in the past, he was feeling trapped. Again, with stuff with PayPal, with Tesla, there were lots of great ideas. There's electric cars, EVs. He went forward with the EV revolution, and there is no doubt that with the EV revolution, he did revolutionize vehicles. Whether you love them or not, the Tesla supercharger system got rid of people's range anxieties. Go to any Target supermarket, you'll see, a dozen, 16, 20 Tesla charging stations filled with Tesla cars, at least in the Bay Area, you will. So he was successful in his messaging. He went ahead. He was successful in implementation. And there's a lot of competition now in the EV market, but he was brand leader. He lost a little bit of his messaging with Twitter. He got sidetracked. The message was he wanted freedom of speech, which is fine, but his implementation, his ego got in the way. It wasn't freedom of speech. It really became freedom of speech as long as you agree with me. He got too caught up in the argy-bargy, in the arguing and such, that he started losing his ace of swordsness in here, and that's why it's going to be costing him money. So now the burden is, how do you reinvent yourself to get back on track with the Chariot? And he will eventually come up with a way to reinvent himself. It will get him back into the good graces, into the elites, and he will once again be held in much higher esteem. But he's got to ditch this part. I mean, not fully. Just don't live for this. This is a tool that you can use. This is energy. This is creating energy. But this is the calm after the storm. So you've got to calm down and be a bit more deliberate with your planning and get back on track with your message. Because if you do, you'll have the karmic stuff will be on your side. People will support you. You'll work hard and you'll do well for yourself. So I don't think Elon's out of the fight yet. I think he still has some fight in him. But right now, he's dealing with the consequences of being off message, being off brand, being out of his lane. He needs to sort of pull back and think about what he's doing so he can get his Chariot grinding forward again. There are a lot of truths, a lot of good ideas that can still come out of this guy that helps with society. Now, whether that's, for instance, AI, maybe AI is more his thing. I think Sterling has commented that he's a great marketer of things. So, maybe, again, he associates himself with some winning product, and then he can really take that product and make it a household name, much in the same way that Teslas are synonymous with electric vehicles. There's other things that he's got that he's going to be able to do with that. Okay, so that's my reading on Elon Musk. He just needs to sit back. He needs to think about what he wants his legacy to be and then go for it again. And he should be fine. And our society will be better for it. I am not a huge Elon fan. My wife really, really cannot stand Elon. But I think if he pulls himself back and thinks about what he's doing, he can reverse course on this weirdness that he's doing with Twitter right now and cozying up with Putin and basically advancing Russian propaganda. Don't know what's up with him on that one, but he needs to figure it out quick if he wants to right the ship. Okay, so thank you for watching this. That's my take on Elon Musk, the challenges he faced yesterday, the challenges he faces today, and the challenges he will face in the future. I hope you found it enlightening, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.